we just went to prom with Chad Michael Murray. And that's the sound only a crushed zero sugar can make. And we're not being paid to say that, but hey, we did get to party with Chad.
It does taste good.
It does taste good. And I drank so many of those tonight, so now I must
know,
drink water.
We had so many tonight. I mean, when Chad Michael Murray is there and he's promoting
when the
Crush Zero Sugar, when the OG Crush is giving you Crush, it feels wrong not to drink it.
It's true. It's true. And we thought, we're doing so many bananas things this week. Like, every day is a different adventure here at the Canadian Screen Awards that we thought every night we'd sit down and just kind of recap our day for all of you in this very special edition late night scrolling series. So you're getting us unfiltered, probably unedited, very late at night.
It is currently
10:38, so 11:38 Halifax time for those clocking.
Oh, love that you brought Halifax into everything.
I feel like this is really late for me, actually. We're like 5 minutes into recording this. It took me that long.
Yeah, it's
But
fine.
hey, we said we'd bring everyone along on these adventures, so let's recap this great. This was like honestly the craziest day ever. We had 2 very different days.
We did. They were different, but they were the same.
They were the same. So let's start with, you probably saw on my Instagram, I started the day early with Adam Wilde and Jax, who have their incredible podcast. Shout out to them. We had
Canadian content. Today was the day for Canadian content.
Like, we CanConned harder than anyone has ever CanConned today.
That's going to be on your gravestone when you die. She CanConned harder than anyone could ever CanCon.
I should introduce you for those that don't know you. This is Gracie.
Hi.
Backstage features, the Girly Pop of all Girly Pops. We're besties. We do everything together here in Toronto.
We do everything together when she's here.
Okay, T, clock me. Clock me. But we're here this week. We're here this week.
We do stuff over FaceTime, too.
It's true. We plan our interviews and cry about our interviews and celebrate our interviews and in life. But Backstage features another great CanCon podcast. So we started today with Adam Wilde and Jax, East Coast Kitchen Party. The clips look a lot tidier than what you're seeing now. We thought we'd leave this.
This is
true.
Somewhat honest. We took away all of the chip bags. We took away our
gross takeout that you didn't want to see. But yeah, we started right here, East Coast Kitchen Party, bright and early. They were morning radio show hosts. Yes. So, and now they do the podcast and other work full time. With Steph. Shout out Steph.
Another Canadian
CanCon girly. But I was even saying, like, I don't know how you do morning radio because I'm so not a morning person. Like, my brain doesn't even turn on until like 9 o'clock. So doing a 9:30 podcast, that was huge.
I mean, like, when you're getting paid, you kind of wake up.
I'm not paid to do my podcast. It's all of you on the Substack that are making this happen. Shout out to all the Substack subscribers. I literally owe you everything.
You really sound like me trying to get monetized.
No, it's true. People that support the Substack are like the bread and butter of this thing.
Support creators. Support small female Canadian creators.
Like us, just trying to go to prom with Chad Michael Murray. But we'll get there. We'll get there.
Eventually.
So we started with the podcast recording with Adam Wilde and Jax, and then you came into town not long after.
I was a little late to town.
And you joined us for interview 2 of 3.
2 of 3,
which is at Stormcrow Manor. Had you ever been there before?
I had never been there, but I'm like obsessed with it. I love that each room is kind of like a different theme.
And the drinks were good.
I didn't do the drinks.
Right, because you were working.
I did not take the shot, but they all look so pretty.
They were
tasty.
A
stupid thing to say, but like they look so aesthetically pleasing.
And when we're filming for camera, it matters that they look aesthetically pleasing. I'll say that. But no, they were very tasty. Shout out Stormcrow. Thanks for having us today.
The staff that I met was all super nice, super welcoming,
so accommodating,
super understanding.
They carried. I have this huge piece of luggage that you guys have probably seen on my Instagram. It's literally 1 meter long. I measured. If you have a meter stick, that's how big this piece of luggage is.
Honestly.
It has to go in oversized baggage on the plane. It has fragile stickers all over. It's a pain to carry. And the staff saw me come in with it and immediately grabbed it from me and brought it up 2 flights of stairs.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. They're like, do you need help? And I was like,
oh, I'm good.
Yeah, actually, I do need help. And then they just took it.
The few hours of sleep really hit then. You were like, yeah, actually.
Yeah, tea, honestly. And that was halfway through the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to think about it and be like, wait, at what point was this? Yeah. But you got to interview some pretty cool guests that we love. Both of us love.
If you haven't streamed Ghosting, it's free to stream on YouTube and CBC Gem.
Season 1 and 2.
Hey, we love to see people getting season renewals here in Canadian television.
I don't know if you know this, but we've both been promised a role on season 3.
Have we? I don't know if I've been promised so much as I've pushed them into a corner and been like, if you don't invite 100%.
Me. The first season, I was like, this is so cool. I want to be a part of it. And they were like, oh yeah, season 2.
Yeah. Here we are. It's okay.
We're waiting.
The only ghosts I hunt are those from my past. And it's fine. I don't need to channel them anytime soon.
That's fine. Yeah. But I feel like they're just so fun. They're so, like, energetic. Even if it's early in the morning like it was. They just have so much personality.
Drinking cocktails at literally 11:45 a.m.
And acting like it's not 11:45 a.m. No, Matthew and Luke are like such lights.
Yeah.
And you absolutely killed it with that interview.
So sweet.
I was just helping out, but...
No, but listen, all hands make great interviews happen. So we got through that one, and we checked it off the list.
We made... You made it an iconic TikTok.
Well, okay, that was truly Luke's. If you have not seen it, it's reposted on my TikTok. We did overcompensating the...
Which everyone's obsessed with.
Play Nicki Minaj.
Obsessed. I can't even talk.
Oh my God. It's... so hard. I don't know why. You know what? I do know why we decided to do this, because we wanted to get you guys the stories of what's actually happening here as fast as we possibly could. So this is how we're doing it.
Yeah, but as you were saying, overcompensating.
Yes, overcompensating.
Where Benny's at a party, he's like, nah, play super bass right now.
And then raps it. And then Luke rapped it as you were tearing down the set.
I know. I was like looking in the background. I was like, okay. He's popping off. We're good.
He truly was like, I'm going to pop off right here, and I don't care that you're turning off the lights and cameras. And
Literally.
It was so funny.
It's always a show.
So we did an interview with them. Very fun, very different. And then we went and shot our third interview of the day. Another very fun, very different kind of conversation at Rosie's Burgers. Shout out Rosie's Burgers.
Oh, my goodness.
I am dreaming about Rosie's Burgers right now. We just went and ate, and the whole time I was like, but that burger, though.
Literally. Oh. Listen, we both had never been there before, but me as like someone who's closer to Toronto than you, I have never been there. One of the best burgers, but also the banana pudding. I'm usually not like a huge pudding person.
Sure.
Insane. Like, so good.
I want the recipe.
It's so good. And, like, it has real bananas sliced up into it. So, you know it's, like, homemade.
I really wish I had filmed you trying it, because you and Paula just melted into the floor.
Yeah. I mean, Andrew, who was great, I think he had the best reaction. And we caught that on camera.
You guys are going to lose it when you see it. Like, the whole interview stopped for multiple minutes when he tried the banana pudding.
Like, wait a damn minute.
Hold on here.
Yeah, no, seeing his reaction, I was like, okay, there's no way it's this good. But it was super good, and I still have leftovers.
Dreaming about food, but we did do an interview there too. But it was burger themed, because Andrew's hosting Big Burger Battle.
Yes.
Which always rolls off the tongue gracefully and never without a slip. But he's hosting a Big Burger Battle, so we wanted to go for burgers specifically, try out something new and chat.
On National Burger
Day, which we absolutely knew when we planned it for today. Sure. We totally knew that.
100%.
No, we definitely didn't know that. But no, we shot a really cool conversation that was just like, we went there. That's all I'll say is we really went there. We went. Yeah, we went there.
A time was had.
And then that was the end of our interviews.
Yeah, and then we came back to this lovely
spot that we're podcasting and podcasting in and doing all the different things. I have never glammed so fast in my life.
We really killed that.
That was like 10-second tidy.
I need to appreciate the fact that I put on a full set of nails.
T, show them to the camera.
I did a full set of nails, my makeup, and went through an outfit change.
And got your hair up.
And got
looking
my hair
curled,
up.
looking half up, half down.
Before we had to leave.
And got heels on.
Heels on.
That's a big part of it. repacked bags. It was
Well,
nuts.
I don't know. I haven't repacked my bag yet.
I
but you
repacked
did.
my purse. It was full of microphone wires and different things.
Yeah.
But we rushed through glam, like ate a go-go squeeze,
We
applesauce
devoured
each,
those.
and ran to prom with Chad Michael Murray. And I was so overstimulated when we arrived because this event was beautiful and
It
like
was very orange.
it was like orange prom.
Yes.
If your prom was bright crush colored orange, that's literally what the event was. It was so much fun. Immediately when you walked in, it was like the vibes immaculate. What was the first thing that caught you off guard about this event?
The first thing that caught me off about this event, I'm going to be so honest,
Yeah.
was the fact that they had real corsages.
Yes, do we have them?
I do. Let
Hold
me
on.
Pause the camera.
Time to get a prop.
Yes.
Oh, did we take the Polaroids that we took?
Yes, we did.
Oh,
They're in.
oh my god.
I was like, wait a minute. We put them in my purse.
Did
I
we?
remember
Okay,
because
great.
I said, I'm
can
gonna
we
put-
can we react to them
Yeah,
live
yeah,
on
yeah,
camera?
yeah.
Just bring your purse over. Don't
I
pull them
said
out yet.
I was going to put them in my purse so we didn't forget.
I totally. We took those Polaroids and I walked away within nanoseconds. I said it's time to get our coats and leave.
Corsage is number one. These are real flowers, which are so beautiful.
Stunning.
Love them. Liz put my corsage on.
And let's note, flowers are expensive.
They are, and they had a lot.
And there was probably 200 people there.
I'm gonna put them
And
there.
yeah,
Yeah.
every corsage had multiple flowers on it. Like they did not skimp on the corsages.
No, they did not.
Love. I did not
Okay.
wear mine because I'm allergic. So Gracie got 2 corsages and
I did.
slayed.
You know what? I'm gonna be that person, but I didn't have a prom, so
You get 2 corsages.
I get 2. Anyway, we also took Polaroids, which we have not looked at. We literally just had a
react
panic
live.
attack. Let's see yours first. Go.
Cute.
Oh, that's so cute in the background.
0 sugar.
Okay, wait. It's the way you
on.
got like a perfect background zoom, but our faces are in focus.
So this was the closer one. Yours is a little bit further, so it
Yes.
should be good. Okay,
Okay.
ready? Number 2. Cute. Wait, I love.
How did you manage to get us in focus?
I'm a Polaroid
but the rest
queen.
of the Polaroid blurry.
I'm a Polaroid queen.
You really are.
Hello. Oh, those are so cute. We got to put them somewhere. We can add them to our gross tablescape of like nails that have fallen off and corsages that are going to die by the time we leave Toronto.
Love. Yeah.
Chad Michael Murray.
Chad Michael
Let's talk
Murray.
about it. This is what the,
The
people want to
man,
know.
the myth, the legend.
Okay, so this was like immediately the funniest thing in the world. So everyone was kind of gathered around the stage because, you know, it was obvious he was going to come out and like, you know, some stuff was going to happen. So everyone's kind of gathering around the stage, including us. And to stage left? No.
Yeah, no, right.
To stage right, there was a photo booth that was set up, and there was also an orange curtain.
Okay, Liz was so convinced that he was coming out of
I
his
think he's coming
curtain.
out of the orange curtain for sure.
So, like, when they came and they were like, Chad Michael Murray, everybody welcome him out.
My
We
footage
go
full-
straight to this curtain. He's literally walking in behind us.
But that was so slay of the team. Everyone's facing the stage, and then the host, Brittany, showed Brittany, she's so slay, went, Chad Michael Murray, and everyone kind of turned around, and he was at the back of the room already, and
He
it
was
was
like, hello.
It was kind of like, oh my God.
He's walking through
Here
the
he
whole
is.
crowd. Wow.
Have you met him before?
I have not, but you have.
Okay, is this the time I tell my Chad Michael Murray story? Because I swear I've told this story on the podcast, but I was trying to find this clip the other day and could not find it.
Continue the lore. Go.
You guys are going to get all the Chad Michael Murray lore tonight. So I've done a couple days on Sullivan's Crossing.
Yes, you have.
The first shoot I did for Sullivan's Crossing was episode 1. You can see me 7 minutes and 12 seconds into the episode.
I actually have a circle.
We'll put the
photo.
screenshot in. Yeah. Then there was a period of time where, you know, he was really enjoying life in Halifax. Like he always has, but especially season 1 when he was kind of falling in love with the province. And he's posting him and his family, like going for walks and at the park and sightseeing. And like his son was taking like private football lessons. And I remember vividly like Chad posting these videos of like his kid at these football lessons in Halifax. And it was just like, oh, he's like a full on Halifax dad. Like
At
it
this
was
point,
so
he's
wholesome.
just an honorary Canadian.
He is Nova Scotian, in my opinion. Like, that is a Nova Scotian man.
I thought you said he is Nova Scotia. I was
Well,
like, he's the whole.
No, he's not the whole thing, but he's one of
He
us.
is a Nova
Without
Scotian.
a doubt.
Yeah.
So it was really funny seeing him like enjoy the city, but I never ran into him. Lots of people did have stories of running into him. And then I got more work on set, and he was working that day that I was invited back to set. He was just so nice. Mm-hmm. It was just so like, oh wow, like he really understands that he's the top of the call sheet. And he's like really taking that role so seriously on set. Like he knows I don't know if he's actually number one on the sheet. He might have been that day, but even still, like, you know, he's the one that like.
It's a respect thing.
Yeah. And he was just like, just as happy to be with everyone else on that set as we were to be on set with him. So I had a lot of respect for him. I'm like, you don't need to like do that, but he did. And that's when I was like, that is a leading man, everybody. If you didn't believe it from Cinderella's story, you can believe it from set.
That is true. Yeah. How else do you know him?
How else do I know him? Well, I just did the Juicy Tubes
campaign,
which was so much fun. I wrote a Substack article kind of about how some of that came together, but it was such, like, I've never felt brand alignment like this in my life. I was like, I used Juicy Tubes back in the day. I'm genuinely so excited they're back. I was so happy to like get the call kind of to like be a part of it. This is 2 Nova Scotians in this video. But I'm so happy with how the content turned out and people are eating it up. And like, I was just so happy with how that piece turned out. So then tonight, when we saw him, obviously we're here because of Crush Zero Sugar.
Yeah.
And in no way was I ever gonna like step a brand on top of that brand because we're so grateful for Crush for inviting us.
Yeah.
But I did slip Juicy Tubes into our conversation, and
in fairness, you were using it.
I was putting it on. That's true, and I do use Juicy Tubes. That is a fact. I'm applying like 24/7. But he kind of saw and caught my eye, and like just from all the various ways of recognizing someone, and I was kind of like, no, like I was the one in the campaign. He was like, oh my God, you were juicy, like in Juicy Tubes. And then I was like, nah, and I've worked on Sullivan's Crossing a couple times. And he's like, oh my God, you've worked on Sullivan's Crossing. And 2 Nova Scotia kids just catching up, just hanging out at Crush Zero Sugar Prom.
Yeah, I was just standing in the background like that mom from Mean Girls is like, you're doing great, sweetie.
I'm so glad you got it on camera. It was really funny though. He talked a lot about Nova Scotia in kind of the Q&A, like a lot about Nova Scotia. And it was us cheering for Nova Scotia and one other voice in the crowd. Like, it was so distinct. I'm like, there's literally 2 of us cheering for Nova Scotia.
Yeah.
And later in the event, I turned around and isn't it Sarah Jenkins? And I beeline to her and I was like, you were the other one cheering for Nova Scotia, weren't you? And she was like, yeah. And I saw you and I knew you were the other one cheering from the other side of the room.
I mean, I cheer for you guys.
No, but we were cheering together. Like, my honorary Nova Scotian over here. So funny. I'm like,
she's never been, but honorary.
And Alicia McCarville was there as well. And she's literally like the OG carrying the Halifax influencer scene, the nicest human, so giving. Like, Alicia is my queen. And we saw her as soon as we walked in, and I beelined to her, and I was just like, I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad to see you, like, repping for all of us here.
Yeah, honestly.
She looked so good. Holy shit.
Everyone tonight looks so
People
good.
dress. As we've been sitting here, Gracie, I just found a huge hole in my outfit. I don't know how long that's been there.
That's crazy. I wouldn't have noticed that unless you told me.
Well, my hand just went through it, and I went, oh.
Plot twist, it's a pocket.
Yeah, anything can be a pocket if you dream it, right?
Yeah, no, tonight was crazy, but tonight was really a night for the girls and the gays. Because, number one, who doesn't love a good dress-up night?
Yeah.
And people popped off. But number 2, like, just the energy of women supporting women that we had there was absolutely crazy and, like, such a good vibe.
Yeah.
But also the men that were there.
Everyone complimenting each other. Everyone taking videos for each other. Like,
it was such a collaborative, feel good. Everybody wanted to help somebody.
Yeah.
And that's so like rare to find, but especially at like an event, usually everybody's very like in their own.
Totally.
Trying to get the content they need and then kind of like beeline out of there.
Yeah.
But this was like everyone very much wanted to be there. Also the music. Killer.
What was your favorite song they played tonight? Because they were
This feels like a
bopping.
fever dream because there were so many songs.
I know they played Icona Pop at one point, and I just
Did
went
they?
like, I'm ascended. Actually, they did.
Which one?
I think when they popped the confetti, I don't care.
Is that, bro? I can't tell. I can't tell if that's where it was or if it was from the video I posted.
Both. I think that's
Because
why I
I've
thought of it
just
for your video.
listened to it so many times. But yeah, they were playing some bangers. We had some Hillary Duff. Shout out Hillary Duff.
If I had a nickel for how many times Chad Michael Murray had to interact with a Duff at Crush Zero Sugar Prom, I'd have 2 nickels because he
Which
had
is
to
weird,
listen
it
to
happened
Hillary
twice.
Duff. Maybe 3 nickels. He had to listen to Hillary Duff.
Yeah.
He had to meet Liz Duff.
Yes.
And there was also an incredible Hillary Duff Cinderella story outfit recreation.
Shut up, Brittany.
Shut up, Brittany, man.
I don't know
Killed it.
where she found that mask from at the end, but you know what? Good
Tea.
for you.
What was your interaction like with Chad? What was your vibe?
It's so weird because he seems like a very humble guy. And going up to him, well, I made you go first because I was like, no, I need to make sure I get your content.
You're so
We
sweet.
need to
You're
make
so
sure
real.
this
I
turns
adore
out.
you.
And I was like, okay, he's really vibing with Liz. I think we'll have a good time. And then security was like, okay, go. And I was like, okay.
This is where we shout out Nancy.
Yeah.
Shout out Nancy.
Thank you, Mom. Yeah, I just walked up to him. He had arms wide open. He was ready for a hug, which is great because we're both huggers.
Yeah, that's great.
Really good hug. Mm-hmm. Love a good hug. And then I kind of just blanked on what I said to him because I was like, I know he's in a rush. Like, there were over
Yeah.
200 people there, so I was like, I
know what you said to him.
I don't want to bother. But I know I
it.
did say...
My mom loves
Okay.
Sullivan's Crossing.
I did shout out my
Queen
mom.
Nancy.
I was like, look, my mom loves Sullivan Crossing. And I vividly remember he was like, I'm talking like it didn't just happen like an hour ago. But
Dude, we've lived 12,000 lives
Literally.
today. It feels like it happened 10 years ago.
it was like so special to me because you could tell he cared. Because as soon as I said like, oh, my mom loves Sullivan's Crossing, he immediately just stopped and like looked around for my mom. Obviously didn't know what she looked like, but he was like, where's she? I need to talk to her about the show. I was like, she's not here.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, man. I was like, I'm sorry.
John Michael Murray was ready to hug Nancy,
He
and
was.
that's a fact.
And you know what? I love that he was like, you know what? Give her all of my love. Hopefully I'll meet her and we can talk about it another day. And I'm like...
One thing about John Michael Murray, he wants to talk about Sullivan's
He
Crossing.
would love to
He's
talk about Nova
desperate.
Scotia.
He's desperate to talk about Sullivan's Crossing. And to that I'll say, come on the podcast, please.
On, sir. Yeah, no, that was at the end. I remember I said that at the end, but at the start, I just started off saying like, thank you so much for doing this.
Yeah.
And he was like, of course. I was like, no, like, you don't have to do stuff like this, but you do, which is so great of you. And like everyone here really appreciates it, as you can tell with like the line. And he was like, thank you so much. Like, that means a lot. And I was like,
Not just a photo op with a movie star.
No,
it was
I
like
want
really.
to be like, you took time out of your day. Yes, you're probably getting paid, but
Of course.
like,
But it is true. Like he was really present.
there's a difference between just taking a picture and leaving, and taking a picture and getting to like have a short conversation with each person, especially with that many people there. You could tell that he was really genuinely trying to give people the best night of their lives. And he does take into consideration that he was a lot of people's first crush. And with that comes like a huge responsibility to like, you know, that whole like never meet your idols.
Yeah.
This could be the last time these people get the chance to like hang out with you.
Unless you live in Nova Scotia, you might see him at the grocery store.
So like you got to make it count and you got to live up to that expectation, but also like
I can't imagine how crushing that is.
you're like a human. So
I can't imagine how tough that is.
Oh, he did it so good, so well. Like
I think it's really interesting for like us to have that impression because like we're people that are around celebrities and like doing red carpets and like our profession involves interacting with people like this all the time.
Yeah.
So like we know when people are like putting it on and being fake and like how to professionally navigate that in order to like have a conversation and connect with someone. And it just felt so easy with him.
It's like a best friend that you've known for years. You're like, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Like, yes, obviously he's PR trained. Everyone's PR trained.
Sure.
But like, he doesn't lead with that. It's more of like a let me kind of ground you and be like, how are you?
Yeah.
How's your day going?
Be present with you. Yeah, totally.
And then the fans just kind of go off to whatever they want to say. Like,
yeah.
It's not hard, but like it was very pleasant to know.
But it is a skill.
It is.
And it's a skill that we know he's a skilled man. That's a crazy thing to say.
Okay, wait.
This is the late night and late night scrolling.
I
That's what
meant
this
like
is.
acting.
No, absolutely.
Basketball.
And clearly, he was so unimpressed.
He hates basketball. Do not ask that
Do
man
not
about
ask that man
basketball.
about basketball. He does not want to play. It stresses him out.
No, I don't blame him. Like, imagine being a basketball legend.
He wants to talk about living in Nova Scotia and being
someone's
left
like,
in
what
peace.
about basketball? He's like,
No.
what are you talking about?
T.
But
Well,
all in all, great night. It was so well organized.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
was it a good first prom?
It was a really good first prom. I mean, I had you as my date. Well, technically, I was your date, but
And Chad Binkelmurray was our date.
I mean, technically, it was everyone's date. But no, it was a great night. Everybody was so polite.
Yeah.
There were a lot of like interactive things that we could do, which I love.
Yeah, totally.
Such good pizza.
I wish.
Oh my goodness.
No gluten free for Liz. That's fine. I really enjoyed the. They did like if you love an Aperol spritz, if that's like your summer drink, they did an Aperol spritz. They did it with the crushed zero sugar, and it
so good.
Like,
I think it had a little bit of prosecco in it too.
It did have prosecco in it,
but so good.
I'm gonna be really bold, and again, we're not being paid to say any of this.
Unless you want to piss.
I genuinely think I liked it more with the crushed zero sugar
100%.
than just an Aperol spritz I'd order at a restaurant. Like, this gave it a non-sugary but sweet kind of like edge to it that like I loved.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a big drinker.
That's true.
You know this.
You're very specific.
I have a very specific taste. I
Yeah.
think you've only seen me like really chug down a drink like once, and it
Yeah.
was that like a lemonade thing we got
Yeah.
at the ghosting thingy.
Yeah.
But this, literally, I was like, I'll take 5.
Super tasty.
Let's go.
With
This
some
is
fresh
so
orange
good.
sliced in there. It was, yeah.
What did you just say?
Some fresh orange
Oh, I heard
sliced.
corn.
We're
Sorry.
so tired. It's time to go to bed. But your first prom a success. Thank you, Crush Zero Sugar, for having us. What a delight. What a dream. I feel like if this was
Fever dream.
If this was day one of the next 5 days.
Let's see how it goes.
Dude.
Crushed Zero Sugar is available everywhere.
Everywhere.
Now,
It's true.
Honestly, it's so good. It tastes like the
it's in
original
the grocery stores in
Crush.
Halifax. I see it all the time.
It does taste like the original Crush.
Yeah, it does. It's and like honestly better.
Sugar. And usually I get a headache when I have zero sugar
Well,
things.
yeah.
But it, no problem.
Unless it's better for
Yeah,
sure.
better. Anyway, that's our little promo.
A little plug.
Try it out. Honestly,
Give it a
try
go.
it once. If you don't like it, send it to Chad Michael Murray. Win-win situation.
To you. I think like the rest of our week is going to actually be insane. Like today
Yeah.
was insane, but we've got like different kinds of insane happening this week. So tomorrow
Yes.
we are going to a very special preview that we can't tell you about until after we go to it.
Correct.
But we are very excited to see some upcoming pieces, some upcoming CanCon announcements that
people.
are huge. We can say this, if you don't know, like this season, Canadian Screen Awards season, is not only about awarding the last year of film and television and digital, it's also about what's coming up over the next year. So this whole week is filled with not just the awards, but events and announcements and like all kinds of different things. Tomorrow we have some of that happening. We have our first red carpet
Gold carpet
happening. This is a gold carpet, which we're very excited. The lineup is so special for this one. I think it's going to be
This one is a special place for us.
It's going to be a really cute, fun, like meaningful time. And I think
we'll have some good conversations.
yeah, and I don't want to spoil that for you either, but it's going to be like the perfect way to ease into like red carpets are crazy. Maybe tomorrow we can recap with some red carpet horror stories we've experienced to kind of set the tone. But I think tomorrow's not going to be one of those. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, probably, but yeah.
Knocking on wood. Hopefully I didn't just curse us.
With what it's about, I think it's going to be a very successful day.
Yeah.
I think we'll have some good conversations, meet some great people. But yeah, honestly, I feel like we're going to say this every day. It's going to be hard to top today.
It's true. And
then
right.
tomorrow we're going to be like, it's going to be hard to top today.
But we'll see what we can do. I'm so glad we're doing the late night side of late night scrolling. Cause
you were real on the late night.
Yeah, it's late. We're going to take our makeup off, round up all the content from today, get it on a hard drive. If you think content creation ends when we stop recording,
very wrong.
We've got a couple hours of, debrief ahead of us, but that's what BB No Money's for.
Oh,
so
money.
We're going to get the post-production party started, and we'll see you hopefully tomorrow night.
Hopefully.
If we stay awake. We'll be back tomorrow night for more late night scrolling, and you can follow our adventures in real time on Instagram at ProducerLiz.
Why did I forget my own name?
Great.
At Gracie Lowes _.
Good night.
Bye.